What if I told you there was a Bugatti that could hit 218 miles per hour in 1991? Faster than a McLaren F1 prototype, yet only 139 people in the world ever owned one. Picture this. It's 1991. The Soviet Union is collapsing, the internet doesn't exist, and most supercars are making around 300 horsepower. Then, out of nowhere, this Italian-built monster emerges with 560 horsepower, quad turbos, and a top speed that wouldn't be beaten for years. But here's the twist. Most car enthusiasts have never even heard of it. Today, this forgotten hypercar sells for over $2 million. Yet, when it was new, the company that built it went bankrupt, taking this masterpiece down with it. This is the story of the Bugatti EB110, the supercar that was too advanced for its time and too incredible to be forgotten. Before we dive in, if you're passionate about rare supercars like this, hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. It really helps bring you more content like this. Now, let's uncover the truth about the most mysterious Bugatti ever built. To understand the EB110, we need to go back to 1987 when Italian businessman Romano Artioli made an audacious decision that would change automotive history. Bugatti had been dead for over 20 years. The legendary French marque had produced some of the most beautiful cars of the pre-war era, but by 1963, financial troubles had killed the brand. Artioli wasn't just another rich businessman. He was a visionary who understood that Bugatti represented absolute excellence. His mission was simple yet impossible: resurrect Bugatti and make the world's greatest supercar. He established headquarters in Modena, Italy, right in supercar country, practically next door to Ferrari and Lamborghini. This wasn't coincidence. It was a declaration of war. Artioli assembled a dream team of engineers, many poached from Lamborghini and Formula One. He gave them unlimited resources and one directive: make something that will make Ferrari and Lamborghini obsolete. The project was codenamed EB110, honoring Ettore Bugatti on what would have been his 110th birthday. While other manufacturers were still figuring out naturally aspirated engines, Bugatti's engineers went completely insane in the best possible way. They started with a 3.5-liter V12 engine and strapped 4 turbochargers to it. Not 2, not 3, 4. Each cylinder bank got 2 turbos, creating a symphony of forced induction the world had never seen. The result? 560 horsepower in 1991. The Ferrari F40 made 478 horsepower. The Lamborghini Diablo made 492. The EB110 made them all look like economy cars. But power was just the beginning. The EB110 featured a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, technology borrowed directly from Formula One. This wasn't marketing. This was aerospace-grade engineering applied to a road car. The body was designed by Marcello Gandini, the genius who created the Lamborghini Countach and Mura. For the EB110, he created something entirely different, brutally aggressive, yet elegantly refined. All-wheel drive was standard, revolutionary for a supercar in 1991. While Ferrari and Lamborghini were spinning their rear wheels, the EB110 could launch like a rocket and handle like it was glued to the road. The numbers tell an almost unbelievable story. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.2 seconds. Top speed, 218 miles per hour. Quarter mile, 11.4 seconds. In 1991, these numbers were from another planet. The EB110 wasn't just faster than its competitors, it was faster than most supercars built 10 years later. But here's what's incredible. They actually achieved that 218 mile per hour top speed. This wasn't theoretical. Paolo Stanzani, the chief engineer, personally drove an EB110 to 218 miles per hour on a test track in Italy. The car weighed just 3,571 pounds, despite its all-wheel drive system. Carbon fiber construction made it lighter than most sports cars, with half the power. Road tests described the EB110 as otherworldly. Car and Driver called it the most technologically advanced production car ever built. But despite creating arguably the world's greatest supercar, Bugatti built only 139 EB110s ever. The base GT model accounted for 96 cars, while the even more extreme Super Sport version with 603 horsepower was limited to just 43 units. Why so few? The price was astronomical, around $350,000 in 1991 money, about $700,000 today. But the real killer was timing and business execution. Artioli's company struggled with massive development costs. Marketing was limited. The brand was unproven in the modern era. Potential buyers were skeptical about spending Ferrari money on an unknown quantity. Then, in 1995, the unthinkable happened. Bugatti went bankrupt. Production stopped immediately. The dream was over. Tools, molds, and completed cars were sold to pay creditors. The EB110 disappeared from public consciousness almost overnight. For years, journalists called it the greatest supercar nobody remembers. Fast forward to today, and the EB110 has become one of the most sought-after collector cars in the world. Prices have exploded. A decent EB110 GT now sells for $2 to $3 million. A pristine Super Sport can command $4 million or more. That's a 1,000% increase from the original price. Why the astronomical values? Absolute rarity. With only 139 ever built, the EB110 is rarer than almost any other supercar. It's rarer than the McLaren F1, rarer than the Ferrari F40. But it's not just about numbers. The EB110 has gained recognition as the spiritual ancestor of every modern hypercar. When Volkswagen bought Bugatti in 2005 and created the Veyron, they borrowed heavily from EB110's playbook. Quad-turbo engine, all-wheel drive, and obsession with being the world's fastest. Today's Bugatti Chiron uses an 8-liter quad-turbo W16, a direct evolution of the EB110's quad-turbo philosophy. The EB110's influence extends far beyond Bugatti. Its DNA can be found in every modern hypercar. The McLaren P1's carbon construction, EB110 started the carbon revolution. Koenigsegg's turbo obsession, EB110 proved it could work. The Bugatti Veyron's all-wheel drive and quad-turbo engine, direct descendants of EB110 technology. Automotive historians now recognize the EB110 as the car that created the modern hypercar template. It wasn't just fast, it was technologically revolutionary in ways that took the industry decades to appreciate. At recent auctions, EB110s have become centerpieces of major sales. They're not just cars, they're rolling pieces of automotive history. The irony is perfect. A car that failed commercially because it was too advanced has become priceless because history proved it was right all along. The Bugatti EB110 stands as proof that being ahead of your time can be both a blessing and a curse. Romano Artioli's dream succeeded beyond imagination. The EB110 was indeed the most advanced production car of its era, but the world wasn't ready for such extremes in 1991. Today, when we see Bugatti Chirons breaking speed records and Koenigsegg's pushing 1,600 horsepower, we're witnessing the fulfillment of the EB110's original vision. Only 139 people ever owned this piece of automotive history when it was new. If you ever encounter one today, you're looking at something rarer than most museum pieces. A car that was 20 years ahead of its time and predicted the future of performance. The EB110 didn't just push boundaries, it obliterated them. And that's exactly what made it legendary. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories about the cars that changed everything.